cold calling for locations. Today I'm going to share my script with you guys, make some phone calls, and see if we can't get some locations. I've got my bulk candy machine here. It's just sitting in my kitchen. It's not making me any money and I need to get rid of it. I need to get it out on location and start making some money with it. But how am I gonna do that? You know, when I first started vending, I would use locating services, and that's okay, they're really convenient. But soon it dawned on me that what these people are doing is they're in different states, sometimes clear across the country, and they're just calling into local businesses and they're getting a yes over the phone, and then I take my machine there. So it dawned on me, why don't I just do the same thing? Why don't I find some local businesses, get their numbers, come up with a script, and make some phone calls and see if I can do the same thing and save myself some money. And there are a lot of scripts online that you could just do a Google search and you can come up with scripts. You could write your own. But what I found that with scripts is they're more like talking points. You know, you have bullet points that you want to cover, but a cold call like this is still a conversation, so it's dynamic. There's going to be a give and take, and there's going to be things that maybe you didn't prepare to answer. So when you guys look at my script and you listen to me talk, you'll notice that I'm not going over my script word by word, and it'll change, and you'll be able to do the same thing. It just takes some practice and some confidence if you're not already out there doing it. So, but the first thing that we got to start with, it doesn't matter if you're here in Arizona where I'm at, or if you're in Maryland and you're across the country. We need to find out, how do we get a list of local businesses in your area, and where are their numbers? That's where we got to start with. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how I come up with my list of numbers and the businesses that I want to get into, whether it's a bar, a restaurant, a daycare facility, wherever your location is going to be. Let's look at how we can actually find a list of locations to cold call, and then we'll start making some calls and we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get lucky. When I first started doing this, when I got my very first machine out on my own, I sat down and I had to think for a minute, where am I going to get a list of businesses, their contact numbers, and in my area? And what I discovered is a great website, and you've probably heard of it, and that website is Yelp.com. There are other websites you can use, but what I really love about Yelp is that it sorts out by category the type of business that you want to get into. And you know, with bulk vending, some businesses do better than others. And if I wanted to get into, let's say, a barbershop or dry cleaning or a restaurant, I can find them by searching through those categories here. So all you do is simply this. Over here, it'll probably pre-populate where you're at. If it doesn't, I'll just use my location, Phoenix, Arizona. All right. And let's say I want to find, I think I want to get this one into a restaurant. It's a fairly nice machine, and I think it would do well in a restaurant. So I'm going to click find restaurants. Okay, over here, it's thinking, and in just a second, yeah, there it is. I'm going to have myself a large list of restaurants. Okay, so you can see over here, it kind of gives you your general area, and look how many hits I have. I live in a large city, so I've got a lot of restaurants to pick from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to start looking for restaurants that are not just in my area, but I'm also going to look for some information. Like if you look here at this restaurant, see where the cursor's at, has 40 years in business. So what that tells me is if I get my machine in this restaurant, it could probably be there for a while. I don't have to worry about the business going out, relocating. You know, it's a pretty well-established business. You know, the one thing that I would be a little leery about is knowing my neighborhood. This is not a great part of town. There's a lot of crime in this area, so there could be a chance of theft if I was to go to this restaurant. And also 43 reviews. While that's not bad, if we keep looking, you're gonna notice right here, the Arrogant Butcher. So this has 2,232 reviews. This is one that I would definitely consider. What that tells me is that, you know, this is a popular restaurant. If 2,232 people have taken time to write a review on it, that tells me that it's probably getting a lot of business and it might be a good place to get my machine into. Now again, I look here and I notice that it's not, you know, the best part of town, so that would be a strike against it, but it's definitely one I'm going to consider. So I'm going to go through here and I'm just going to start looking for restaurants that are appealing to me. So what I'll do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to move the map around to populate a list that's a little bit closer to where I'm at. I'm going to go through, see how many reviews they have, consider exactly the neighborhood that they're in, and I'm going to write down a list of maybe, I don't know, 8 to 10 numbers and see if we can't get my machine in a restaurant. And I'll let you guys listen in and show you the script that I'm going to use to do that. All right, guys, so the place I'm going to call today is a barbershop that I passed by on my way home from work. They're usually pretty busy, so I looked them up on Yelp. I'm going to give them a call and see if we can get lucky, see if I can get in there with my candy machine. So you guys can give a listen. I'll put the script up on the screen and we'll see what happens, all right? Hi, my name's Jake. I'm calling with the National Children's Cancer Society. Is there an owner or a manager that I could speak with? Thank you. Hi, Aaron. My name's Jake, and I'm calling with the National Children's Cancer Society. How are you today? Great. So the purpose of my call today is I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to put a small candy machine in your store. You know, I work with the Children's Cancer Society, and one of the ways that I help them is I raise funds by placing small candy machines in stores. And so I was wondering if that'd be something you'd be willing to do today. Well, the machines are actually 100% free. I provide the machine. We provide the service, the candy, the maintenance, the customer inquiries. So all that we're really asking is if you'd be willing to put the machine in your store, allow us to put it in there, and we'll take care of the rest. And like I said, part of the profits go towards helping the National Children's Cancer Society. Well, they don't take up very much room at all. The machine that I have is about 4 feet tall. It has 3 heads on it, one head that has 3 different compartments, and it's stocked with gumballs, peanut M&Ms, and Skittles. Yeah, I could actually put anything that you'd want in it. So if you wanted, let's say, hot tamales, or if you wanted Skittles, or Mike and Ike's, it doesn't matter. I mean, we can fill them up with whatever you'd like. But yeah, right. Yeah, it's the quarter machines. Exactly. Yeah, we take care of the maintenance. So if like a customer had a complaint, they would simply give us a call, and the number will be on the machine. They give me a call, and I'll come out and take care of anything that needs to be taken care of. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, that's often a concern that I hear is that, the machines, even though they're small, they are likely to tip, or they not likely, but they could tip, and that's often a concern. Yeah, what I've seen in the past is what they'll do is instead of having the machines completely out in the open, they'll have them butted up against a wall, so that kind of limits their ability to fall. Yeah. Well, have you had a machine in your store before? You haven't? Well, I've got to tell you, I've put a machine in a barbershop before, and the feedback that I get is it's really helpful, especially with small kids, because parents, as the parents, what they do is they kind of bribe the kids with behaving, and they'll give them some candy. They'll give them a quarter, and they'll be able to go get some candy, and it kind of helps with keeping the kids under control. So that's something that if you do, I see. All right. Well, just keep in mind it is free, and we provide the service and everything else. And if you, if you change your mind and you want to take me up on the offer, you can give me a call back. I'll give you my number. I didn't get the barbershop location, but that's all right. But what I really wanted was to give you guys an opportunity to hear me try to put my script into action give you guys something to use if you don't already have something, and hopefully you find it helpful in some way. And happy vending. Good luck to you guys.